It was supposed to be an ordinary fishing trip, but nothing about this day turned out ordinary. When fishermen Tom and Rick set sail from the harbor that morning, chasing a bizarre tip about an unusual swarm of fish, they had no idea they were sailing straight toward an encounter they'd never forget. As their boat cut through the calm water, the peaceful morning air soon gave way to tension. What awaited them beneath the ocean's surface wasn't just unexpected, was something they could barely explain. Tom and Rick were seasoned fishermen. They'd spent countless days on the water, hauling in their nets filled with fish. They knew the sea, or at least they thought they did. But when rival fishing boats thundered into the harbor that day, horns blaring, the two men sensed something strange was happening. One of the newcomers leaped onto the dock, eyes wide with excitement, and handed Rick a slip of paper scribbled with coordinates. "Go here," he whispered urgently. "Fish are jumping straight out of the water. There's something weird going on out there." Skeptical murmurs rose among the fishermen gathered at the docks, but doubt vanished quickly as the rival crew proudly revealed their incredible catch. Nets overflowing, boats nearly sinking under the sheer weight of fresh fish, it was a sight too tempting to ignore. Tom exchanged a quick glance with Rick, their minds already decided. "We can't miss this," Tom muttered, determination clear in his voice. Within minutes, their boat's engine roared to life, and the crew eagerly followed the mysterious coordinates. As they ventured further into open waters, anticipation filled the air. Soon, they saw Aite's surreal spectacle that left them stunned. Thousands of fish were leaping frantically from the ocean, as if desperate to escape something beneath the surface. Without wasting a moment, they threw their nets into the water, ready to capitalize on the bizarre scene. But just before their nets touched the waves, Tom noticed something alarming. Amid the smaller fish darting about, a massive fin broke through the water, circling their boat slowly and deliberately. This was no ordinary shark. Fin was larger, more powerful, and moved with unnerving intelligence. Fear crept into the crew's hearts as the creature drew closer, revealing brief glimpses of its massive, shadowy form beneath the waves. Then the unimaginable happened. The enormous creature tangled itself deliberately in their nets, thrashing violently until it shredded the thick ropes to pieces. Within seconds, their entire catch vanished back into the ocean. Stunned silence fell over the crew as they realized the animal hadn't merely attacked it, had intentionally freed the fish. Before they could react further, the creature breached fully from the water. The crew stumbled backward in shock. The beast was colossal, its bluish-gray body unlike anything they had ever witnessed. Crashing back into the sea, the force of its impact rocked their boat violently. Rick struggled to steady himself, his breath quickening. "That's no shark," he muttered, voice shaking. Suddenly, the creature began leaping erratically from the water some distance away, in what appeared to be panic rather than aggression. Strangely, the smaller fish copied its behavior. The unnatural display troubled the crew deeply. One of the younger fishermen, voice trembling, spoke up. What if this isn't natural? What if something artificial is causing this?" The unsettling idea resonated with them all. Could it be possible something man-made was behind the strange scene? Tom's heart raced with a sudden clarity. This wasn't just random chaos, it was deliberate. The creature was guiding them, showing them something critically important. "We have to follow it," Tom declared firmly, pushing down his fear. Rick hesitated for a second, then nodded, steering the boat cautiously toward the mysterious animal. As they advanced, the ocean's hue darkened, and a foul, oily scent filled the air. Anxiety gripped the crew as the scene ahead unfolded. Massive ships loomed on the horizon, silhouetted ominously against the murky haze. The water around them shimmered with an unnatural slick. Rick lifted binoculars to his eyes, face pale with dread. "They're dumping something into the water," he whispered, voice strained with disbelief. The realization struck them all like a wave. This was no natural phenomenon. It was man-made pollution, causing catastrophic distress to marine life. Suddenly, their mysterious encounter had turned into something far more significant. They had stumbled onto a crime scene. Tom quickly pulled out his phone, recording everything. "We have to expose them," he urged. The crew silently agreed, knowing the danger they faced if caught. And just as they prepared to leave with their evidence, a deafening horn echoed from one of the massive ships. Their presence had been noticed, and now they needed to escape fast. Rick immediately punched the throttle, sending their boat surging forward as they raced away from the menacing ships. Behind them, the massive vessel didn't pursue, but it stood like a dark silhouette on the horizon, a clear warning. Stay silent or face dire consequences. Breathing heavily, Tom clutched his phone tightly, the captured footage safe but heavy with responsibility. Back on shore, adrenaline still coursing through them, Tom and Rick wasted no time. They transferred their evidence to authorities, news stations, marine biologists, anyone who could help. Within hours, their footage aired on local channels, rapidly spreading online. The world was now witnessing firsthand the shocking environmental disaster unfolding in secret on the open sea. The response was swift and overwhelming. Environmental groups rallied, demanding immediate action. Officials initiated investigations, uncovering long-standing violations by the offending corporation. Public outrage ignited a movement for stricter ocean protection regulations, fueled by the shocking scenes captured by Tom and Rick. Overnight, the two fishermen became accidental heroes, guardians of the sea, whose bravery had uncovered a hidden catastrophe. But amidst all the attention, the mystery of the enormous creature still lingered in their minds. What had they truly encountered out there? Determined to find answers, they sent footage of the creature to marine biology experts, hoping someone might recognize what it was. Days passed anxiously until finally, Tom received a call from a marine biologist named Dr. Emily Carter. Her voice trembled with excitement. "You have no idea what you've discovered," she said, clearly amazed. "This is incredibly rare. I can hardly believe it myself." Tom quickly gathered the crew around the speakerphone, their eyes wide in anticipation. Dr. Carter continued, her words measured and clear. "This creature you encountered isn't just unusual. It's practically mythical in marine biology circles. What you've recorded is a deep-sea whale species we believed was extinct. Sightings have been so rare they've barely even entered scientific records." Tom exchanged stunned glances with Rick. "Extinct?" he echoed quietly. "Exactly," she confirmed. "These whales are extremely intelligent, shy creatures, typically avoiding human contact altogether. Yet, this one deliberately approached you. It wasn't random behavior. It was intentional. This animal recognized the threat and wanted you to notice what was happening." Silence enveloped the room. Tom exhaled slowly, absorbing the significance of what she'd just revealed. So, it understood what was happening. It was actually trying to warn us. "Yes," Dr. Carter responded softly. "You've been given a gift few people on Earth ever receive, a direct message from nature itself. You were chosen to witness something extraordinary." The crew sat in awe, comprehending the magnitude of their encounter. They hadn't just discovered environmental damage, they had experienced an unprecedented act of communication from the sea itself. Word quickly spread. News of their encounter captured the global imagination, fueling even greater support for marine conservation. Tom and Rick's humble fishing crew had inadvertently sparked a global movement. Authorities heavily fined the responsible corporations, increased ocean patrols, and strengthened environmental protection laws. Thanks to one brave whaleland, a courageous crew, the ocean finally began to heal. Tom and Rick eventually returned to their lives as fishermen, but nothing was ever the same. The sea had called to them, revealing a secret only they had fully understood. Their respect for the ocean deepened profoundly. Every day, they sailed with new appreciation, hoping someday they might again glimpse the whale that had changed their lives. Time passed, but the legend of that day never faded. Their story was retold countless times along coastal communities, evolving into a modern-day maritime legend of fishermen guided by a whale, uncovering truths hidden deep within the ocean's depth. One quiet evening, as the waves gently rocked their anchored boat, a young crewmate asked thoughtfully, "Do you think we'll ever see it again?" Tom gazed thoughtfully into the dark horizon, feeling the gentle rhythm of the sea beneath his feet. "Maybe," he replied softly, "but even if we don't, it's enough to know it's out there, protecting its home, protecting all of us." Rick nodded, adding quietly, "That whale saved more than just the ocean. That day it saved us too. Without it, we might have sailed away, blind to everything happening beneath the surface."